Hi there, Joka here from A Pocket Full of Happiness, and I would like to share a few last minute ideas for Valentine's Day. And these are this is the color scheme that I'm going for, and I paired these cardstocks from the stamp market with some inks from Pinkfresh Studio. And what I'm showing you here is that the blue is not the exact same, well, not the same shade, but it's the same kind of blue. And besides the cardstock, I'm going to be using some images from two stamp sets. One of them is the Positive Vibes, and the other is the Mosaic Circle Builder. From this one, I will be using the Choose Love Sentiment, and from the Mosaic Circle Builder, all the little hearts. And this is one of the things that I really like to do, using smaller images or even bigger ones to create a full stamp background, because I find that you can always make it like special. Hang on a second here, I'm going to show you something. So that the color, I was very shocked when I stamped it first. It turned out really purple, a purple that I didn't want to use, but I showed you there the comparison. When it dries, it's gonna the color is gonna change, so it's gonna be all fine. Anyway, what I was gonna say is I really like to create unique backgrounds with different smaller stamp sets, just to utilize all the smaller stamps that you have in different stamp sets that you might not use for anything else. And I don't think I used the Choose Love Sentiment yet either, so I thought that would be fitting for Valentine's Day. So I'm using a bunch of different colors and stamp the full background, and then in the end, now that I'm looking at it, I don't actually see a lot of white space, but when I was stamping it, that was just too much for me. So I started to add the teeniest little hearts in the white slots where I felt that they needed a bit more or different colors. And I don't know if this happens to you, but this is where I really find it hard to stop. I just don't know when it's enough, when it's too much. So yeah, sometimes I just don't know when to stop. Anyway, I will be finishing this panel off. And at this point, I didn't quite know what I wanted to do with this panel. I felt like, obviously, now I have a lot of sentiments in the back, so I probably don't need to add sentiment. But I will change my mind on that in a second. So I will pull out some dies from Alexander Renke. I don't have a lot of hard dies. I think I only have two different ones, and this is one of the sets that I have. It has a bit of a ragged edge, if that's the right word. I'll die cut that little one out for a window. I actually was planning to turn this into a shaker card, which will not happen. And now I'm using both dies to create an outline heart for the smaller one, and I used navy cardstock for this. And now I'm doing the same thing with white cardstock, so I can add some dimension to this. And just remember, I will have all those little hearts off to the top left. I will have those left, and I will use them later. And now I am cutting strips of each color, and I really don't look at how wide or thin these strips are. It's just a random width. And I cut a panel of an A2 size panel of copy paper, printer paper, and I will add my strips to this, and I'm going from bottom to top, from darkest to lightest color. And why I'm using copy paper is because I know that I will die cut a window from this panel, and if I use cardstock, my die cutting machine will not do a really great job on cutting out that window. So I did try that last summer or 2 years ago, I don't even know, with some that was a lot trickier die, and it just didn't work. So that's when I realized copy paper is a better idea. And here I'm trying if I can use the other heart with the paper strips to combine it with my stamp background, but then I will decide on a third card instead. And here what you see is I'm adding some cardstock to this printer paper panel because I want to turn this into a shaker card. And so I need this panel to be sturdy because I will have to add foam tape to this. So I need it to hold up properly. And I will trim this down because I want to have a white edge around it. Well, it's not trimmed down a lot, but maybe like a quarter of an inch altogether on. So you see it's not a huge white edge around it. And I will use the stamped heart cut out for my for that heart shape. I will try to line it up and have that inside the shaker bucket, or how should I call it? So inside the shaker. And I don't know what the trick is to to do this, but I just eyeballed it. And I'm using an acetate sheet from Spellbinders, or Fun Stamper's Journey, that belongs to Spellbinders. And this is a nice and thick acetate that I have. So yeah, I like working with that. So here I'm adding some foam tape, and actually I don't know about you, but I'm always using two layers of foam tape. I know when I first did a shaker card many years ago, I only used one layer, and everything that was inside the shaker just got stuck. They couldn't move, I couldn't shake it. So since then, I'm always using two layers. I never tried one layer again, so I don't know. I cannot recommend either way, but the two layers work for me. And now, here's what I mentioned. I just eyeball it. I really don't know a tip. I'm sure there is a trick to this, how you do it perfectly, but it worked out fine. And the heart is in the right place. And these small little what are these, sequin mixes and other beads and stuff, these are also from Alexander Renke. And what you don't see here because of the light, there's like a stick type of thing in it, which is the same kind of purple that I have on the card as well. Now I'm moving to the second card, and actually I'm going to be going back and forth between cards. I hope I'm not going to confuse you. I'm working in parallel. I will be using this Pinkfresh Studio Alpha dies. I think these are the header lowercase alphas. And so the other one is more ornate. This one is a simple font. I really like it. And I will die cut the letters for love from 4 different cardstock, and I will be going from lighter to darkest. And as you see, these dies also give you the outline shape, which I'm saving here. I don't like to throw away anything. So I thought maybe I will use that for my third card. And yeah, but I will change that design as I go. And I will also die cut the letters from white cardstock because I want to layer them up with the pink letters, just for some added dimension. And I realized that I don't like white backgrounds that much. It's just not my style, I guess. So I am stamping this background using the Trellis background stamp set. I'm using a light pink ink, and this is going to be the background for my third card that you see on top right. So I will adhere this panel to the card base that I'm creating here. And this card is actually going to be, yeah, really simple. Surprisingly, I didn't even add enamel dots to it, which, yeah, I don't know why I didn't, but okay. So this is what I mentioned earlier. This I'm not wasting anything, so I'm using up all those die cut hearts that I had left. And this way this heart is a bit more dimensional, and I'm adhering down these letters. I die cut the love from navy cardstock as well, and that's what I'm filling the outline with. And now I set it aside and go back to the other card, like I said, going back and forth. I'm really sorry. So I'm adhering these outline hearts down, and then also layering up the letters. I am not sure. I think I used 3 layers altogether, so it's not super dimensional, but it just gives it a little bit of lift. It stands out or pops off the background. And I will glue down the panel now. I mean, you can easily turn this into a shaker as well, but I didn't want to. I don't know, I'm really stingy when it comes to my foam tape, to be honest, because a shaker card needs so much foam tape. Yeah, I don't do a lot of shaker cards. So instead, I just have a white heart in the middle, and I'll add my letters, and that card is pretty much done as well. And now I have to fussy cut out these letters, because for this, I mean, there's no die to cut the letter without the outline. So I have to adhere these down and then fussy cut them out, but it's not too bad. It doesn't take too long. And I will add some foam tape to these. And first I thought I would add it at the bottom of my card, because again, I don't like a lot of white space. But I will change my mind and just layer everything up at the top. Actually, I didn't even try it, just when I added the heart. Here I'm also using foam tape, and when I glue down the heart, and that's when I see that maybe the letters would look good on the heart directly. So I really like the colors in the heart, and I thought this fits nicely. All the letters fit almost inside the card, but also the color, the way they are, I felt like it looks nice there. So to finish this card off, I'm adding navy twine, and like I said, I didn't even add enamel dots. So this card is done, and then I'm going to go back to the other cards and see if there's anything I can add to it. And here I'm adding some pink twine, or rather fuchsia, I think I would say. And that card is done as well. And on the shaker card, I felt like, well, I didn't want to add twine, but I wanted to add just something. And so I'm creating, from this light pink ribbon, I'm creating a bow. And I will glue that to the front. And in fact, I'm gonna be adding some ribbon onto the strip. It's not exactly the same size, but it looked perfect there, I think. So this is the last step that I did on this card, and then all 3 cards are ready. I hope that I could inspire you in some way, um, either with the color or whatever else. I really like these colors, actually. I like the addition of the navy for the Valentine theme. All right, so thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.